Hi everybody. Today we have Newlifetasters business mentor Zufi Deo. And Zufi, in our fictional character interview, you indicated that you would love to coach IRONMAN. Tell us a little bit about IRONMAN and why he would benefit from working with a business mentor.
I felt IRONMAN was a classic example of an entrepreneur, a guy who is very technically proficient. He has great product, great understanding of the product, great technical understanding of how to innovate it, how to find the next big thing, and how to gauge excellence developing it. However, if you watch the first part, his biggest problem is not the fact that he lacks technical proficiency, but he lacks the ability to take it to market through his business. And that's where all the resistance comes in, that's where all the politics comes in, and that's where, say, for instance, his communications with the press, his project management ability, his strategy, his commercial acumen. He has to rely on his father's friend, who has his own thoughts about where the company should be headed, and that's the biggest friction between the two there. So using his example, I feel that most entrepreneurs are like that, where they have a very good understanding of what they want to achieve. They have a very in-depth, tacit understanding of the external environment, of how they relate to it, but they lack the ability to be able to match the two up. And so they may have a great product, but they have a problem taking it to market, or if they do take it to market, how they go about taking it to market. And just going through that phase is very problematic for them. And that's where my services come in.
Yes, and of course IRONMAN sees himself as a playboy billionaire genius, so there's something around his identity of I'm actually already God, so why would I need a business mentor? If anybody's watching this and they feel that they are IRONMAN, but for some reason the business isn't going as it should go, what are the key indicators of that you could need the help of a business mentor such as yourself?
I think no business is perfect. Business is like an art. So like an artist, what Tony Stark Iron Man is doing, he is behaving like an artist. He's generating lots and lots of art. However, his problem is being able to communicate it over to his audience or to people who want to enjoy his art. So in the same way, what mentors or what I do or coaches tend to do is support people like Iron Man into becoming successful business people. And they're two different concepts. On the one hand, you are an entrepreneur who has great technical proficiency, who is a great artist. However, on the other hand, you need to be great at communications, great at managing the business, great at managing the operations of the business at the same time. And there can be two contradictory traits that you need to balance off. And that's where my services come in. I support people in ensuring that you balance off your creative ability with your commercial acumen, so you can then better be able to grow your business yourself as relying on other people to do it.
And I do have a question here because IRONMAN in the movie is basically busy all day, fighting off villains. And for entrepreneurs or small business owners or just people who are the CEO or in a leadership position, it feels like we are being heroes all day. So we have a lot of time that we actually think, I cannot make the time to see a business mentor. What would you say to that?
I'd say that a business mentor having the time or not is very much based on how the person wants to progress. So, for instance, if you feel that time is limited, then you need more of mentor than not.
So it's actually a key sign. If you feel that you're overwhelmed and you actually cannot make time, you cannot even you're just what is it? Taking care of the fires.
Exactly.
Then it's a key indicator that you actually do have to make the time.
If you're always struggling dealing with all the urgent matters, then chances are you've forgotten what the important matters are or what the direction of the vision of the company is. And that's where my mentoring or a son mentor comes in. He helps you understand, reminds you in some ways of what the vision is and how you are delivering in due accordance to that and make sure that you're aligned with it. So in some ways it's having someone from the outside come in and make sure that you are following the straight and narrow path you've given yourself. and it allows you to follow more of a certain path than otherwise. So, for instance, I've had clients who are very professional at what they do. However, the value they felt that I brought to the table was my ability to support them on the strategy side, where they felt that just spending some time with me, they understood the strategy of the business more proficiently, and that then gave them more certainty in what they were trying to achieve.
Okay. And so what is for you, the best thing that you could take away if you were to, if IRONMAN were to hire you? What is his name again? I just saw Avengers the other day, and I forgot his name.
Tony Stark.
Is
Iron Man as a fiction character.
Yeah.
What he would take away is the ability to achieve what he wants in true to his vision. So if he wants, in the first part, for instance, if he wants something done, he doesn't have to rely on someone else to dilute it for the benefit of shareholders or the benefit of the company or the benefit of the clients. He understands that himself, so he then bypasses all the politics within the company to actually achieve it himself. And this is
what do you mean by achieving it himself? Because I think what you mean is he could create a vision and actually communicate it in such a way that all the stakeholders in the company would actually be able to align with it, and he would be able to gather the support. In a small company, you don't have that amount of stakeholders to manage. So what would be the benefit for somebody who's probably more like a one-woman band, one-man band, working with a lot of freelancers, or you're a startup and you even have to buy your own toilet paper, let's say, make your own coffee?
I suppose looking at it from a different scale, if Tony Stark were to start up a new company from
yes,
fresh,
which is totally possible. Maybe IRONMAN 4.
Maybe say, for instance, if he leaves behind Stark Industries and starts a new company called, Tony Industries.
Yeah.
And it's completely fresh, completely new. He wants to grow vegetables, for instance.
Organic.
Organic vegetables.
Non-GMO, of course.
Exactly. So what does he do? The idea is, because he has a commercial acumen, he understands the process of business planning, he understands how to communicate, he understands how project management works, he understands what the marketing processes are, he understands how the financial situation works. He is less reliant on people coming in to then share that vision of his, to then dilute it as per their understanding of that vision, and to deliver something else which he didn't actually intend. So if you're a one-man band or two-man band, or have 5 or 10 people within a company, it's very common that when you hire someone in, they don't understand exactly what you're trying to achieve. They have some understanding. They understand the sector you're in. They have an understanding of what you're trying to achieve, but not the same depth that you understand, because entrepreneurs have very deep tacit understanding.
This even happens in marketing communication, right? It's like people come to your website, and if it's not clear within let's say 20 seconds or 1 minute, you've lost them.
Exactly. It happens all the time for various reasons. Communications is a prime example. Is just because you feel that you are saying what you want to say doesn't necessarily mean the person understands or interprets it the way you want them to interpret, and that's where a mentor or a coach comes in.
So it's not just processes. It's actually from conception to implementation, taking into account all the different aspects of actually creating a product, launching it, and basically having the pipeline in terms of business development, etc.
It covers all aspects of the business. I tend to see entrepreneurs as the king on the chessboard. So you are the most important piece on the chessboard, and you then delegate what you're trying to achieve to the queen, to the bishops, to the pawns, who then do it on your behalf. So the bigger your company grows, the more pieces you have to rely on to achieve the same vision. However, in reality, what tends to happen is that you don't know when to use your bishop, or when to have a bishop, or when to delegate it to the knight, or when to have a knight. So this is where the mentor comes in, this is where the coach comes in. They support you in that process of understanding at what point do you do what to achieve a particular aim, and helps you build capacity so that you can do it more effectively than you were.
I do want you to clarify the difference between a coach and a mentor, because they're quite different, and you're a business mentor. What does a business mentor do that is different from a coach?
As a business mentor, what I do is I'm a part coach and I'm a part consultant. As a coach, I work on externalizing what's tacit within you. So any of your concerns, any of your knowledge base, I try to externalize it. As a consultant, I can provide you solutions that a coach otherwise wouldn't. So, for instance, I have an MBA in business management. My work on business strategy has been published. So I bring those perspectives to the table and say, okay, have you looked at it from cultural point of view? Have you looked at it from the customer's point of view? Have you looked at it from a strategic point of view? And in that way, I support you in understanding what you're trying to achieve more effectively. And then you set targets up so that by the time you finish, you understand exactly what you're going to be doing in your business for the next week or next month or the next 6 months. And the processes I use are those designed specifically for this purpose. So I use a knowledge management and creation framework that's been around for over 10 years now, and that's specifically designed for this kind of purpose. However, a coach would not use a framework like that, whereas a coach is very, as an industry, they're very good and they're very proficient at drawing out what you're trying to achieve and supporting you through the process. However, they can't give you solutions because that's not coaching, that's mentoring. So as a mentor, I have depth of knowledge base, I have skills and expertise that I bring to the table that I match with what you're trying to do to make sure that you can fuse it with my knowledge base to generate something new for yourself.
Okay, so Tony Starks, if he's listening, if you still had any doubts, what would you say to him? Would he benefit from, what would he benefit from having an hour, session with you?
If Tony would set up Tony Vegetable Industries, it's a great idea. You should do it. There is a big food problem out there, and I can very easily help him make it become a success. His trial and error rates would go down, his failure rates would go down, his understanding of how to achieve it more successfully would certainly go up.
Okay, well, Tony, if you're listening, I would take up that challenge, or maybe not. Anyways, if you are, thank you for watching this interview, and of course, if you're interested, just click the links below and view Zufi's profile. He also has written some books, I think even an iPhone app. So just look at his profile and watch the other interviews about his taster sessions and his offers. And thank you, and we'll see you the next time for the next interview. Bye-bye.